In Lancashire, one hypnotist has spent years brazenly manipulating the law. Alex Smith has a criminal record and has been banned from established hypnosis organisations. This hasn't ever stopped him performing.
Hypnosis is one big con game. The public don't know how it works, and that's why we can get away with doing it. So the complete definition of the 1952 Hypnotism Act is a complete and utter farce. Their definition of hypnosis is anything that's intended to produce a state where somebody becomes more suggestible. Well, if that's the case, then having sex with your wife or your husband should be banned under the 1952 Hypnotism Act, because at the moment of orgasm you automatically become more suggestible.
If a hypnotist chooses to be unethical, he can get round the Hypnotism Act with ease. It contains a significant loophole which allows anyone who claims to be doing research to be exempt from all restrictions. Alex Smith operates as a scientific research hypnotist.
If you get all your participants after the show to fill in a questionnaire, or even just to verbally answer some questions, so you're collecting data. There is no laws if you perform as a research hypnotist, other than you cannot hypnotise anybody under the age of 18.
Do you not think that's unethical?
No. Well, why is it unethical? If people willingly come along and willingly, of their own free will, participate, knowing full well what they're getting into, then it's only the same as if they decide to go paintballing. They know full well that they may have a protective mask on, but when those paintballs hit you, they're going home with lots of bruises on them.
So Smith performs highly dangerous routines without any fear of redress. The human plank or catalepsy routine is explicitly banned under government guidelines because it can cause physical injury. It's one of Smith's party pieces.
It's nothing more than pure physics. A cantilever bridge, such as they have in Australia, the big famous bridge, which is kind of semicircular shaped like that, it's because it makes it stronger as the cars go over. Well, when somebody is across the back of two chairs and the head's there, the feet there pushing down, that pushes the body up, and the weight distributes across them and down the chairs. So it's nothing to do with hypnosis, but you would take normal precautions like asking your volunteers, has anybody here got a back complaint?
Very moment I say no in a few moments' time, then and only then you'll...
Because although it's not dangerous, obviously it's an awful lot safer if you use somebody who's in a good state of health.
But you've done catalepsy and you haven't asked that question beforehand.
No. No, you're quite right.
I can't describe really how I or any of my colleagues feel about Alex. As a stage hypnotist, he just goes too far, way too far.
Wouldn't you like to have...
Serious allegations have been made against Smith. Accusations that he has exploited his hypnotic powers of suggestion to persuade female volunteers into bed.
I took advantage of the fact that a lot of women perceive the hypnotist as being a very dominant, confident character. It doesn't matter who you are, however ugly you are, the moment you put a microphone in somebody's hand, stick them on a stage, if they've got a modicum of talent, it makes them at least 50% more attractive to the opposite sex. So, yeah, in that context, yeah. Of course I took advantage. I was young, free and single. Who wouldn't?
Smith has always courted controversy. He once named himself the most perverted hypnotist in Britain. His pièce de résistance came in September 2000. He filmed himself having sex with a woman he claimed he'd hypnotized, then released the footage to the press.
He would have to hypnotise a woman to get into bed with him. Would you get into bed with him?
what's the best way of getting yourself in the paper? Being the controversial person they want. So that therefore your face is in the press, and like it or lump it, if your face is in the press, you do get more work.
The bad publicity caused by people like Smith means that many stage hypnotists now want to change to the current regulations.
I think as a stage hypnotist you should be given something like a driving licence. If you're caught hypnotising a woman and you break the 1952 Hypnosis Act, if you break that or you're convicted of any criminal act or anything like that, your licence is taken away and you can't work.
The government has no plans to change the current hypnosis law. Alex Smith remains free to perform. As the battle about safety raged on, events would take a dramatic turn. The biggest name in the business was put on trial.